Okay, so this is my new book. Um, it is a guide to the Agents of the Arts curriculum, um, an addition, kind of something that goes along with that. So, um, what it is a collection of starting points to explore art at the world's lowest elevations. So, there are 25. And what I've gone and done is collect them in different categories. This is the first time I've looked at the book, so it's available to people to view and purchase if you would like a hard copy. Um, so, all photography my own, so no issues with copyrights at all. And then what I'm taking information from are countries that are most vulnerable to changes in sea level. So that's taken from Notre Dame's Global Adaptation Initiative, or also called ND GAIN. So it measures readiness to cope with any changes that may occur in the ocean and elevation. And then vulnerability, how much of an impact um, will be had by that location. So it's countries and the cities specifically within those countries that I've gone in and collected. So here are the 25 countries. To start, Cambodia, the most vulnerable, and then Vietnam and Bangladesh, which is already dealing with problems as well. So are some of these Middle Eastern countries like Somalia too. And then we have Dymaxion Map by Buckminster Fuller from Illinois. Um, Here are academic studies. So these are major degrees, masters and bachelors, available in higher education um, in the fine arts, in the arts, um, across the nation. So top performing schools are in LA and here in Chicago in SAIC. And then I have categories that I built from looking at peoples around the world that are not using graphemes and all of the wonderful, amazing things they can do without them. So basically, what humanity is capable of doing with or without um, written language. This would be a list of things that are capable without written language as we know it today, anyway. So, an academic year, this is laid out across a 29 and a half day cycle. And what it does is it sets up study in sets of weeks. So basically, a month is usually 4 to 5 weeks. So there would be 2 Mondays in the first August cycle at the beginning of the school year, and then you would have 1, 2, 3, 4 um, Mondays in September, 5 Mondays in November, etc. You get the idea. Um, and then what I've done is I put the flags for the countries so they're associated. This way, we learn the flag every time that we're looking at the country. And the human mind can make up vowels pretty easily. If a vowel is missing, it just does it. That's what Arabic alphabets do. That's what the Hebrew alphabet does. We can do it. It's no problem. So we get double the information, learning image, visual, in addition to the linguistic name of a country. So color and shape and pattern. That's what letters are anyway. All right, so we start with Cambodia, and then we look at the entries, and they are basically aligned or in sync with the shared academic study in art. So examples that one can go off as an educator, specifically art history, I think I fill it the most. Um, and I didn't always go super into depth to find out what each one of these artists does. So it could be sculptural, 3D, it could be 2D. When I did look, I would put them in painting. I would put them in illustration as well. But um, these are starting points. It's exhaustive. And just a little bit of research, and someone could turn any of these concepts into a huge art project. I could choose just one name, and you could make a whole 3-week project out of it, if not 4. Just whatever your fancy is. The Khmer, Cambodia, Angkor Wat, or Angkor Wat. Here's a Kaiba tree. Original photography. Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City. So if you notice, the city specifically is the lowest elevation. So specific cities. There's more cities in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. Bangladesh, Dhaka, and anywhere on this river outlet. Senegal, Mozambique, Somalia. And what I've done underneath the city, I've also given the climate. If you look at Agents of the Arts, certain things arise out of climates. You're not going to get a horn-toed lizard inside of a tropical climate. You're going to get it in either a hot semi-arid steppe, or you're going to get it in a hot desert, right? So then the stories and folk tales and literature and even shapes and patterns are drawn from things that occur in that environment. So I've gone and put that in. Nigeria, Pakistan. Look at the subtlety of these greens and how they differ. It's like the Coca-Cola red, Pantone number, I don't remember, but you get the idea. It's very specific. That is not arbitrary. Kenya. And then I've always kept the text readable as much as I can, obviously. Basic design, right? India, lots of India. I had 5 originally with this one, so I broke it down to main 3, and then they added the others under architecture or art history where it is relevant. Guyana in South America. Philippines, lots for Philippines. Ecuador, Suriname, Indonesia, 2 major cities at sea level. Argentina, Mexico. A lot of Mayan stuff here because Yucatan is the lowest elevation. So you're looking at Cancun, you're looking at Meridad, and then the Campeche coast. Thailand, the old capital of Ayutthaya, and then Bangkok. The far east and somewhat north, Shanghai, Beijing, major cities at sea level. We have Qatar, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Russia. So we have a little bit of Europe, but most of Europe is pretty prepared for dealing with something like this. So is Singapore, actually. So Singapore does not make this list. Lithuania is pretty vulnerable. And then United States, we have 3 major cities that are at sea level. We have New Orleans, followed by Miami, if not even lower Miami, and then Manhattan in New York. And then a repeat of the academic year, but enlarged so that it can be viewed and easily referenced. So that is my new study, and I am so excited to start projects to spin off of all this. I have so much here. I can't even, I mean, there's no way even a lifetime could do all these projects. But there is so many possibilities, so many possibilities. And that's what keeps education exciting.